BALLOT'23 FM, the sound of Lagos. And right now it's time for Milan Focus. Milan Focus is the part where we get to pick one or two, stories, trending stories from the papers, and then we flesh things out. Rest not forget, one or two trending stories from the papers or from the front pages, majorly from the front pages of the papers, and when we flesh things out and we open up the phone line for you to be a part of the conversation. And this morning we're going to be looking at two focal points. The first one, of course, is the major headline on the front page of the Punch, which says that NFIU flags 150 trillion naira transactions. EFCC tracks candidates' spending. So what we have is that NFIU, that's the Nigeria Financial Intelligence Unit, has flagged suspicious transactions valued at over 150 trillion naira between January and March of 2022. Let's not forget that by law, financial institutions and designated non-financial institutions are required to file a suspicious transaction report or suspicious, activity report with the NFIU, giving details of known or suspected violations of law or suspicious activities in line with the provisions of the Money Laundering Prohibition Act 2011. So, what we have is that this particular report shows that suspicious transactions have actually risen by 23% in the first quarter of this year compared to the corresponding period of last year, which brings in the EFCC now, which as regards vote buying, as regards the election season, as regards campaigns and all of that. So if we have this particular story, if we have the fact that NFIU is on top of, the situation, tracking everything that's anything, as it is now, NFIU has supplied, various intelligence reports to various security and law enforcement agencies on money laundering. That's and most importantly, we have as regards fraud and forgery, we have tax evasion, bribe, corruption, illegal BDCs or forex, intimidation, extortion, terrorism financing, and others. So if we have, the NFIU doing their own part, gathering all the intelligence, gathering all the suspicious reports, and then we have these ones now reporting all of this or giving the reports to the EFCC. Will this in any way, stop vote buying and rigging come 2023? Because there's been a whole lot of, interesting reports surrounding the redesigning of the Naira, despite the fact that the CBN and also the Ministry of Finance has said this has nothing to do with politics. It is not political. The redesigning of that is just long overdue. All right. It's just that it came at this time. But now we have the EFCC and the NFIU are jointly tracking financial transactions as it is, not just of, walking customers to bank or whatever. We also have the fact that EFCC and the NFIU are also tracking financial transactions of presidential, governorship, national and state assembly candidates. Okay, they're also looking at top bankers who may be enabling VIPs to transfer huge stash of cash. So, is it enough to stop vote buying and rigging in 2023, or more needs to be done by INEC, EFCC, and others? And what should civil society groups and even the voting public do now that EFCC is stepping up to track illicit transactions of politicians? Okay, so that is what we're going to be looking at. Is this in any way going to, aid the fight against vote buying and corruption in this 2023 elections? Because what we have now is yes, it may be a lot of things, but will this also be the fact that as it is now, ESCC and INEC have said we have 18 candidates, but then they're going to be focusing on the major political parties. So I mean, what about the other ones? Or are we looking at the fact that this would just be some sort of witch hunting or some sort, against some particular people or against some particular parties? Can we trust INEC and EFCC and NFIU to do the needful? That's the first focal point for this morning. The second one, of course, is this very interesting revelation coming from Nyesom Wike, the Rivers State Governor, saying that monies that were not paid to the Niger Delta states since 1999, mainly 13% deductions, the president has approved and paid all of them in the Niger Delta states. We're talking of Rivers, Bayelsa, Delta, Edo, and Akwa Ibom states. So all of these states got their 13, or according to Wiki now. Let me be very careful. According to Wiki, all of these states got their 13% derivations, and
yes.
Exactly. And Wiki is, saying that is the source of the many projects that he has had to inaugurate in recent times, especially notably the 70 billion naira law school that was built in Port Harcourt, because there were a lot of questions as regards that. All right, so now there are a lot of questions surrounding the fact, okay, so all these other governors, what did they do with their own funds? I'm talking of Bayelsa, Delta, Edo, and Akwa Ibom. So it was a huge revelation that Wiki brought out, and there's a lot of questions that has come in. Especially, so many people are saying, Bayelsa State government they've been written to, or somebody has written to Bayelsa State government. That's a coalition, Bayelsa Non-Governmental Organization Forum, Bangoff, said that they're expecting answers. They've written to, yes, they said they've written. They said they've written a letter to the Bayelsa State government.
How did you spend your own money?
Through the Ministry of Finance for a procurement plan on what they plan to do, or what exactly did you do with the funds that were given to you. Also, you have Ifeanyi Okowa coming forward and say, yes, so the federal government did promise to give us some funds which amounted to 270 billion. He said, yes, the federal government promised to pay the arrears.
Did they pay or not?
The question is, did they pay or not? What was done? A resident of Bayelsa is also asking. Nimizwo Peresia said, the big question is, what happened to Bayelsa's share of the money paid by the federal government?
Akwa Ibom, Delta, what happened?
What happened with those funds? Because I know fine. Maybe Wike is just a very, very explicit person. He's inaugurating his own project. Maybe they are silently.
Have I done break table?
Maybe no. I'm saying maybe the remaining four states. Maybe they were silent. They are silently inaugurating their own.
They should come up with the project now. This is the time to open up and say, "Oh, this is what we did."
So
maybe Wike was just being,
This is the time. And they need to start asking, and a lot of people are asking questions. A lot of residents in different parts of this particular state are asking questions. That the civil society organization in Edo State now is asking, yes, that's okay. They are demanding accountability from their governor. What exactly is happened? Where some people are even asking, where is our money? Has it been looted?
Yes, if I'm from Delta, say, where's the government? Where's my money? If I'm from, I'll do the same thing.
Okay, so has it been looted? Has it been diverted for other purposes? Or has it been spent judiciously? If it has, then show us the project. Has it been
misappropriated,
malappropriated,
or disappropriated?
Or did snake swallow it? Those are the questions that we're asking. So we want to know. Because Wike said they were all paid. So if they were all paid, and then let me add this, very important. Ifeanyi Okowa, Delta State governor, said that yes, the federal government did promise to give us those funds. Now we're asking, did they give it to you or not? And what did you do with it? Or why has the federal government not given? Or why is it only Rivers that was paid? This funds.
Wike said everybody was paid. I'm sure they could not have singled out Rivers State. The governor should come out and say what they did with that money. It's important, honestly.
So now we're asking this question now. Should the other four governors be made to account for the 13% arrears they got? Shouldn't we ask questions? I mean, there are some states that are saying that they can't pay salaries, or there are some states that are even owing salaries as it is now. And this is, let me also put this out there, this is different from the normal monthly allocation that they get from the federal government. This is an arrears that was being owed by the federal government, and the federal government approved by the President Muhammadu Buhari administration and paid to these states. What did they do with it? So those are the questions that we're asking this morning. Let's open up the phone line and let's hear what people have to say. We have two focal points this morning: the INEC, NFIU, and EFCC. Can we trust them to have a credible election come 2023 as regards free from vote buying? Yes, free from vote buying and whatnot. And then we have the second one, of course, is 13% derivation. This revelation from Wike. Should the remaining four governors be made to account for their own 13%. What did they do with it? That's the question we're asking. Let me say states again, just in case you are wondering. Delta, Bayelsa, Edo, Akwa Ibom. Please, it's time for us to ask some questions. All right, so 09136000410, 09136000410. That's the number for you to call, or you can send a text message or a WhatsApp message, and let's get your thoughts and contribution as regards the two focal points on the table this morning. You have just 2 minutes. Please keep it clean, okay? Would appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
Good morning.
Mr. Kangulina.
Good morning, Mr. Kangulina.
I'm calling from Mafuluku. For 2 weeks now, there's no light. So just report to Keja Disco before they come and give us crazy bill. That's it.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
The weekend said that they're getting money since 1999. How much was it? Sandra, how much was the money?
Well, Okowa said it amounted to, for Delta States, it amounted to 270.
Wicked that made the revelation. Wicked that made the revelation should have come out with the exact amount he was paid. We need accountability here. And he said he's a member of it's now integrity group. We saw what happened to the House of Assembly in those days when they had integrity group. Their leader was caught collecting bribes. So if you are integrity group, it doesn't mean you are not corrupt, or they cannot probe you after your tenure as governor. You should have told us how much you collected. Not just to say he collected money. How much is it? So that we place it back.
Yes, he has been commissioning projects. The other governors.
Please, Mr.
Fuad, hold on.
Mr. Fuad, if he has been commissioning projects, you see, that's the way we behave in Africa, in Nigeria here. Because somebody is commissioning projects, we just start dancing around him and say he's fine.
Okay.
Well, you should account for this money. That's number one. Number two, hello.
Wait, hold on. So wait, I want to ask a question, Mr. Kangulina. Wike, the one that has been commissioning projects, the one that made this revelation,
and I even made the revelation,
is the one that we should make.
You should tell us how much.
What about the other four?
Collected 200 billion or collected 10 billion.
What about the other four?
Others will also account for their own.
Okay.
He should have started from himself.
All right, I'm with you.
Other people will say, okay, we collected 50, we collected this, we collected that.
Okay.
And by the way, the government that said they don't have money, where did they suddenly get money to pay these people? That's another question.
It was not paid now. It has been paid since. It was not now.
Oh, really? Okay. Sandra.
Yes, I'm with you.
You know the Seraph is asking this people to account for the money they use. It's not the government that will ask them. They cannot ask them. Let's leave that in for the new government that will come. They will ask them for all this money they are using. The Abacha money is going voicemail. Everything is going voicemail.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kangulina. You have just 2 minutes and that's all. Okay, so yes, as regards the Seraph is telling the president to ask questions as regards the many poverty alleviation programs and projects that they did, because we have 133 Nigerians living below poverty level. All right, but that's an interesting take from Mr. Kangulina, if you ask me. He said all of them should be proved. How much did Wike get? How much did he spend? That's another question. 09136 Hello. Good morning.
A very good morning, Lady Sandra.
Good morning.
Mr. Fuad, morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. God bless you all. My name is Prince Y.S. calling you from Amuwadofi. I think let somebody hear somebody. Whatever you do, you will never appreciate it. Now, Wike, for me, it deserves an award. It's good for somebody to say the truth. And this man said it all. Number one, I must commend Mr. President. I must commend him. The money due for all those regions, he gave it to them. So, by the way, no any government to complain. And as it is, you know, this in a government in this country, that because somebody creates a local government, and this is allocation for complete 4 years. The money due for that local government. So, for me, this man, you have a better better man. What I will call it, good man. That's kudos to Mr. President for do the need be at the right time. So wicked as the commissioning. When the man make a statement, he's only commissioner of a project. So today in Nigeria today, I can say the best government today is wicked. And I always say the truth. I'm fighting for the right of the majority of people. So for me, wicked, I must thank you. Other governors, will remain 5 states. Out of 6 states, they must take the Niger Delta and they spend this money. They give it to them. Kudos to this man. Good morning to you, my dearest students.
Good morning, Prince Wise. There are actually 5 states, and 4 are the ones that we're asking now. Should they be held accountable? Should we demand accountability from them? That's what we're asking this morning. Okay. So 09136000410. I don't know. The focus is actually not on Wiki. The focus is on the remaining four.
And now we can bring the issue up.
All right. Hello. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Sandra and Fuad.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, this is Barrister Peter Oko calling from Mendy, Maryland. Yes. Concerning this issue of the 2 issues you have of focus, let me take the first one, that of INEC and EFCC. Which have reached the election, the forthcoming election. I think it's a very good one because once corruption is checked in the electoral process, then there will be hope for Nigeria. Personally, I don't have any hope, any faith in this transition, but I'm in the minority, and at the end of the day, minority will have a say, but the majority will have their way. So, yes, that said, we must make sure that this process is checkmated, that the corruption in the electoral system, because majority of these presidential, and I'm not saying all of them, but majority of them had previous positions as governors of different states, and a lot of them looted the state funds. I am saying this on good authority because I know that anytime people are elected as governors and other positions, the first thing they do is to go and register companies with which they execute projects. And then they award contracts to their cronies, even their wives. So we have to. That is why people are clamoring for restructuring. Restructuring is to make people accountable. Most of these governors are not accountable. I am from Delta State, where, in fact, I'm from the same village with Dr. Yokowa. He's my friend. But when these people get into politics, they become they become untouchable, and you cannot even get close to them because of the hidden agendas. So I would like EFCC. Yes, please, sorry. I would like EFCC to go to Delta State and really investigate seriously, because what Wike is saying is very important. In Delta State has grown 325 billion.
Hello, good morning.
On top of yes.
Hello. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay.
80 from Satellite Town.
Yeah, that's it. Good morning.
See, we that are from the genuine and patriotic Niger Deltans, we know what is happening in the Niger Delta. The militancy there, the leaders there, they are the ones funding the militancy and oil chiefs in the region. You see, these 4 governors, Wike should be ashamed of himself. This is the same person that denied Amechi from accessing this same money in 2015. That was allegation that he wants to use to fund Buhari and APC campaign in 2015. He is also stopped Amechi from accessing this money in the name of that Amici want to embezzle this money. Wike and their PDP counterpart, they are in the control of South. And as I'm telling you now, PDP cannot win election in cross-west because these 4 governors, the 4 states of PDP, after the city of Bakassi to Cameroon and the
you have totally gone off.
No, I want to tell the history, please. No.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, Sandra.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Ford.
We can hear you, don't worry, carry on.
Okay. Now, Peter Montes, my name from Shomolu. Wike is just shouting because he lost out in the primaries. Akwa Ibom State governor is not supposed to be mentioned. I don't know where we are in this country that we have not been watching television to see the projects that Ubem Emmanuel has been delivering. I think the vice president has commissioned the project in Akwa Ibom. Obasanjo has commissioned projects. So many other people. Okay, we get on business and houses. Then Akwa Ibom State government build manufacturing industries. Are we not heard about the coconut? Are we not heard about the toothpick? Are we not what do we not have in Akwa Ibom State? Does Wike have River State Airlines and we have Ibom Airlines?
Okay, hold on, Mr. Peter. Hold on. Okay, so before you move further, because I see that you're trying to defend, the appropriation.
No, I'm not defending. I want to mention that Wike did not mention.
Hold on. Wike did not say that the governors did not or did not do it. They did or did not. He only said that funds were distributed, and that's what he used. He was defending himself. People asked him that where did he get money to fund all of the projects. He said, "Oh, the government gave us money." That's all he said. He didn't say the remaining governors, they didn't do anything. We are the ones now asking. Hold on, Mr. Peter.
Okay.
We are the ones now asking, should we ask the remaining governors what they use their own funds? Yes, we are the ones asking the question now.
Okay, so I am also trying to, because before Udem Emmanuel will answer, I am from Akwa Ibom, then I'm trying to answer part of it that.
Okay.
Udem Emmanuel, what did you do with, because I have seen Ibom Airlines, I have seen industries, I have seen manufacturing factories.
Okay.
I have seen a local government that they used about 35,000 came out to thank the Udem Emmanuel, and I have seen vice president commissioning projects. I've seen Obasanjo, I have seen many dignitaries commissioning projects. So Udem Emmanuel, what did you do with the money? That's one perspective.
Okay.
And then secondly on the
no, Mr. Peter, you have exhausted your 2 minutes. Thank you very much. It's okay. Oh, hello. All right, 09136000410.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Good morning.
What are the questions they want to say?
Hello.
Hello. Good morning, Sandra and Fawad.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, we're calling from Abuja.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Thank you.
I don't know. Some people are misunderstanding the question you asked. As simple as it is, should other governors account for the money given to them by the federal government?
ABC.
The answer is capital yes. This man has just revealed where he got the money that he's using for his state. Should other state governors do the same? Yes, they should. And this is what the people should be doing to their governors and to the House of Representatives and to the senators. Money has been given to these people for development. So if they don't develop, people should ask them questions. The money given to you for so and so, what did you do with it? It's not for the governor or for the people concerned to come and defend themselves, as simple as that. And this is what the people should be looking at and expecting from the people they put in government. So the man that is explaining on behalf of the governor of Akwa Ibom, is he the accountant general of Akwa Ibom State? That is the question. So most times People don't understand simple questions asked on radio and they're just reacting because the talk is cheap. So my take is that as Wike has raised the issue, it's not for the other state governors to come and account how they spend the money. So if they can't give account, then when they leave office, they will still give account of it. If immunity covers them now, immunity will not cover them in the next 2 or 3 years. And that is how it should be. And that is how government should be run. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Good morning. Hello. Oh, okay. I think I lost that call. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Sandra and Fuad.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Mark calling from Ajawa Estate.
All right. Mark.
Yeah, your questions is clear. The other governors should definitely account for the money given to them. I don't know why people are misconstruing the question. People have been given money, and one person comes out and says, "Oh, the money given to me, I've used it to do A, B, C." The other people should also come out and say, "Okay, the money given to me, I've also used it to do A, B, C, or I have not used it at all. It's in the account."
Okay.
So that we know what they have used the money for. Because the other Ibom airline or thereabout is from another source. So we need to know. That's God, not for any other person to. If I should be, the governor should be made to account for what they did with the money. If Wike didn't come out to tell us that the amount of money, come and tell us what has done with the money.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Hello. Okay, I think we lost that one. Hello. All right, it's 09136000410. 09136000410. That's the number to call. Okay, and let's go to taking messages now. We have quite a lot of them already, so let's see what we have here. Good morning, Sandra and Fuhad. Frank, this is Frank from Egbeda. My governor, Ifeanyi Okowa, should account for all the money he has been receiving from federal government. If this government really wants to fight corruption, they should ask the 4 governors what they did with the money. Asaba, the state capital, is always flooded anytime it rains. Even some of the roads at Agbo, the hometown of the governor, Ifeanyi Okowa, is being washed away by erosion. I see what is going on in Lagos State and I ask, why can't my governor emulate the same thing in terms of development? Let the federal government ask the 4 governors what they did with the money given to them. Is it the federal government that should ask, though?
I think there are people
should be the one asking, not the federal government. All right, Sandra and Fuad, I greet you guys essentially. Mr. Fuad, what is Governor Wike waiting for? I thought that by now he and his group would have followed the way of Governor Amechi when they left in 2015 and formed the NPDP. This position they are taking is making political calculation and permutations difficult. I'm sure even Fuad cannot predict at this point the way the whole thing is going. I'm becoming afraid of Wike because empty barrels that make the loudest noise may be broken at the end. Atiku has no shame visiting former President Jonathan on Saturday. It shows that what goes around comes around. Sandra, I'm still at Bagada General Hospital. Please keep praying for us. James Ogbona, all will be well by God's grace. His mom is still at Bagada General Hospital, and we pray for good health, and also strength for you that you're taking care of her. All right. Thank you very much for staying tuned. We appreciate. All right. We also have here. Okay, there's a message here, but there's no name and no location, so unfortunately we won't be able to take that. NFIU is expected to do a thorough job as Naira has become not just an insult but a source of worry. Our politicians have many ways of rigging elections which NFIU actions alone can't stop. 13% derivation. Was Cross River State singled out? That's another question, though. He didn't mention Cross River. I'm wondering why Cross Rivers was not mentioned in that particular.
An oversight.
Maybe it was probably an oversight. I'm also questioning that. How come Cross River State wasn't mentioned? Although, moving on with that particular message, Afenifere, Middle Belt Forum, Pandef, now Ohanes Ndigbo supporting Peter Obi for presidency is a good one. That doesn't mean that there will not be a Judas among the 12, as we have seen from Soludo. Arewa House waited. He's best for Nigeria. He's just the best among all contestants. Simple. PDP seems to not be ready. APC has failed woefully and overwhelmingly. Let's try Labour Party. Let's get it right. Where's Leah Sharif? And that's Chijoke, with his own thoughts there. All right, let's keep moving now. 091-36000410. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Rakun Balakale speaking from Ikeja.
All right, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Today's discussions only expose two things that are missing in our governance. That is transparency and accountability.
Okay.
And when these two major elements are missing in good governance, there's no way an average man on the street will feel the impact of the government. Secondly, it's also exposed that our major problem is not restructuring, but our problem remains the continuous satisfaction of the greed of ruling elites by the resources of all. Ordinarily, if we have good, proactive, transparent governance in place, Governor Wike should not be the one to be telling us that where he source for the money or where he get the money and how he spending the money. The policies, the instrument of transparency should be available to all to assess how the money, the public fund is moving from the federal government to the states and how the money are being spent. And regarding the other states, there's no two way to hit. The other states now should also speak out. So far that we don't have any, most of these states, they refuse to sign this FOI into law, Freedom of Information Act. None of them is ready to allow people to have access to their accounts. So they should tell us what are they using the money for. I agree totally with that. But we cannot continue in this way of saying they should tell us. We should have the instruments, we should have the policy, we should have the power to be able to access, to ask questions, and they should be able, and they should be mandatory to respond to us. Okay. Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Arakrim Balakale. That's another one there. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Sandra. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Paul from Egbeda.
All right.
Yeah, I want to ask you a question. Is Imo State, Ondo State, Edo State part of the oil producing states in Nigeria? And if they are, did they partake in the 13% derivation fee? Were they paid? Or only 4 states were singled out and were paid? The report only captured 4 states, including Rivers, so. Because it's arrears, we don't know whether the other states have been paid.
Exactly.
Before now. But that money, is it the 13% derivation fee? Yeah, 13% that were owed some of these states. I think there have been situations where the government did not completely pay or were owing some parts of it. Eventually, the president paid. Okay, because federal government also owes Nigerians the responsibility of clarity. Yes, to tell us if it's only 4 states that were paid, the arrears, or all the oil producing states were paid the arrears, so that we have actually the true picture of things.
Because okay, carry on.
I read in newspaper sometimes ago that my state governor had borrowed over 200 and something billion naira. Almost all the states are owing. So Mr. Paul, all the states have been borrowing. That's even the worry. Almost all the states are borrowing. Lagos is the most indebted. It's all the revenue too. So it's a general problem. Yeah, but sorry, Fuad. Do you know that when Obi ruled Anambra State for 8 years, he never borrowed a dime, and he paid the debt that Anambra State were owing, and he saved money for them. So the record is still unbeatable, and that is why I believe Obi is the most qualified to contest for presidency, and Nigerians should vote for him. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paul from Egbeda. 09136000410. You're listening to Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM. So, monies that were not paid to the Niger Delta states since 1999, mainly 13% deductions, the president approved and paid all of us in Niger Delta.
You have 1 minute remaining in your extra.
in Niger Delta states. That is what Wike said, that these monies were arrears that were not paid, so they were supposed to have been paid. Now, if some states had been paid before, it's not captured in the report. And then if they had been paid and then they're actually doing what they're supposed to, that's not captured. But what we have is that 5 states, that's what Wike is accounting for now. Say 5 states, that's Rivers, Delta, Bayelsa, Edo, Akwa Ibom. Those states were paid. And it's mentioned, this fact that it mentioned all of us in Niger Delta state. So I'm guessing Cross River is also a part of that mix. Probably they've been paid, or they are still yet to be paid. There's not much information as regards Cross River state. But I think Fuad, do you agree that the federal government also has a part to add some answers to give as regards the disbursement of the funds?
I'm sure questions are asked. That would be an easy thing for the federal government to do. It's just a one stage to say, we pay so and so. The president has also been talking about the fact that some monies have been released to some states. Even for some of the governors that did projects with their own money, there's been some form of refund and all of that. So, what Wike has just brought up again is just to question the way public funds are being managed by some of these systems. That's what we are saying here. That's the focus this morning. That look, we need to ask questions. And let us start with this first thing.
Thank you, Fad. All right. 09136000410. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Oh, okay. My apologies. Okay, good morning. My name is Solomon, actually.
Solomon, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ijora at the moment.
Okay.
More like my second time listening to the show and my first time calling.
Oh, okay. You're welcome.
Let me take a look at the whole story different. And, you want to just begin to ask questions when general systems are not working. You want to ask who is to be held accountable. Is it the federal government that is not doing what they're meant to do? Is it the state government? Is it the local government? So this is a case that money was actually made available to people and it wasn't utilized. So let's look at it from these different levels that I've spoken about. How are we sure that money are not being given to these people and they are not using them for what they're meant to use them for? So that's just my own picture. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate 09136000410. Just got a message here. I'm trying to make sense of that particular message. Hello, good morning.
And good morning.
Good morning.
This is Patrick Ukoro from Ikorodu.
Hello, yes, I'm with you.
Patrick Ukoro from Ikorodu.
Yes, carry on, Matthew.
Yeah, based on Wike, I thought somebody should be preparing for in a Cross River or in a River State here. Okay, River State. Somebody should be preparing to take Wike to court. Wike is not doing well it's not serving River State very well. We are all seeing it in newspaper. We are watching it in television. What Wike is dealing with River State money. You just embezzle the money the way you like. You can't say embezzle. That's an allegation. We have to be careful what we say. There are no facts that he has embezzled anything. Okay, but somebody should be preparing to take Wike to court. Well, we wait till that period. It's not a problem.
So, Matthew, what exactly is the that's
Patrick.
all? Patrick.
I'm not
Patrick's apologies. Patrick, is that the point that you're trying to make, please, so that we can open up?
Yeah, my point is Wike is not doing well. He's not managing River State money very well.
Okay, all right.
Not managing very well.
Thank you.
So they should open their eyes before Wike or what his name into trouble.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Patrick. That's an interesting one. 09136000410. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes,
Finally.
Your name, please.
So my name is Miracle Godwin. I'm calling from Ladipo.
All right, Miracle.
Okay, the issue we are talking about the Niger Delta, the fund and location. Like according to other callers have said, in terms of university, if we can say that
the money he received, he's using it for the overhead bridge he's building that is called flyover. He received 78 billion naira from federal government. Apart from this one, the one that makes you use in building federal roads, they refunded the 78 billion naira. So if he's saying that he used this one for the 13th overhead bridge and other projects he's doing, what about the 78 billion naira he's using in River State? What happened to the 78 billion naira? The federal allocation, the internal revenue is receiving. So what of those ones? How about you using it for Rivers people? You have not employed any of Rivers people to any place. You're just giving them talks as an appointment of political party for AC to the governor and unit advisor. So if he's trying to hunt other governors, let him try to save himself, because even his accountant general is having issue with EFCC, and he refused to bring him out for EFCC to investigate on the matter. Even the person contesting as the PDP running mate cannot come to Abuja freely or go to any other state. He always stays in government house, but he wants to run for election. So if he's saying something to find case against others, so let him start from his own part before you now move it to another side, because you're having issue with those governors. That's why you're saying that what project is the overhead bridge? You are doing flyover to stop hold up, and we are still seeing the hold up in those roads. So what is the benefit of the overhead bridge you are doing? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Miracle. Fuad, you know,
Yes,
the particular this question was asked when Wike inaugurated the law school. I don't know if you remember, and the law school was said to have cost about 17 billion naira. And then
I'm actually surprised that people are not.
And then there's also the cancer center that was also inaugurated sometime ago. It's still in from Rivers State, and so I'm a little bit, you know, I don't know if I should say shocked, or I'm a little bit surprised at this point as regards, you know, the expenditure. Let me put it that way. In Rivers State, let's not forget that capital projects is not just the only expenditure that any state government has. You know, there's also the salary. Yeah. Yes, exactly. You know, there's also salary payment and you know, running costs for different operations in the government in itself. But let not be as if, you know, we're on the defense here. We're
nobody has said that
it should not be made. It should not be made accountable. Also,
yeah.
It should also be made accountable. Can we focus on the remaining 4 governors? Can we ask them the questions that we're asking? The remaining 4 governors: Bayelsa, Edo, Akwa Ibom, and Delta,
that were captured in this report.
Were captured in this particular report. Shouldn't they also be called to question? What did you do with the 13% derivation that was paid out to you by the federal government? That is the question. Should we also ask them? Apparently, people are on the side that no, let's focus on Wike. What is Wike doing with the money that him was paid? So nobody's asking any question as regards Edo State Governor Obaseki. What did he do with his own payout? Delta State Governor Okowa. What did he do with his own? So those are the questions that we're asking. But before we go back to taking phone calls, we have some messages quickly run through. In 2023, should be talked about more. Presently, big boys open up the borders, and that is Ifeanyi, you know, texting from Asheshe in Ogun State. Also have here, okay, all right, let me that one is a big picture that we have there. Okay, Babatunde from Ijegun. Data from the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) showed that Delta, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Rivers, Ondo, Imo, Lagos, and Abia received the fund. The 13% derivation fund comes from the Federation revenue to oil-producing communities through the state government as enshrined in Section 162, subsection 2 of the Nigerian Constitution. Analysis of the report by the Cable Index showed that Delta State received the highest with a total of 141.93 billion naira, representing 31% of the total revenue from the derivation account. Bayelsa received 87.23 billion. Rivers 83.12 billion. Edo 17.12 billion naira, Ondo 11.50 billion naira, Imo 9.98 billion naira, Abia 4 from Ijegun. So Delta has the highest with 141. That's data according to National Bureau of Statistics sent by Babatunde from Ijegun, and closely followed by Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom received 91, and then you have Bayelsa, then Rivers received 81.12 billion. Okay, so apparently it's not the same amount that everybody received. All right, that's another interesting thing. Thank you very much.
These are areas.
Yes.
And the areas does not mean that within that period, some parts of the 13% derivation were not paid. So if we're looking at cumulatively what these states have earned, we have different figures. It's not only the first state. Like somebody has Cross River also received seed. Imo State also receives part of the 13%. There are different states who have received different amounts from the 13%. But what we're saying is that there were some areas owed some states. They were paid to them.
That means there's a possibility that some people were paid before, and then some people are now being paid later.
So that's what we are questioning. That, look, if Wiki has said that, look, these 4 states, including Rivers, were paid these areas, and it's my own area that I received that I've been using for this project, we should also, and that's why you can see that the Delta State governor was not even clear with his own explanation. He's talking. People are now asking questions. And that's what accountability in government should be about. It's not about sentiment or anything. We are just doing our job as journalists to ask these questions and also set the agenda for people to question people in government. It's as simple as ABC. It's not a partisan thing. It's just about accountability and the idea of setting agenda for people to ask questions from people who run government.
Thank you, Fad. Let me just quickly run through some messages so we can wrap things up this morning. I have here Dima from Agodo sending a message. Good morning, Fuad and Sandra. I missed. Okay, where is DM? It's fine. Thank you very much. Welcome back. All right. We also have here Frank. I think Cross River is not among the oil producing states. I also want EFCC to monitor money inflow during this election and also checkmate vote buying. And that is Frank with his own contribution there. Edo State governor collected this money and pocketed it. If not, we'll never. You can't say that. That's from Engineer Osunde Omorodion, by the way. That is the one saying that, not me, please. It's a text message from Engineer Osunde Omorodion with that one. I think it's from Edo State. Yes, so he's embittered about it. All right, but we have a lot of messages, a whole lot of phone calls that we could not take. Apologies. We sincerely apologize. We could not take any one of your messages or phone calls. But then, of course, the conversation continues, I'm sure, as we move on in the day. Don't forget that Situation Room is by 4 p.m. BALLOT'23, which focuses the program that focuses on 2023 general elections, starts by 11:15 today also. So there's a whole lot to talk about aside from this particular story. Just stay with us, okay? And don't worry, we're here for you to ensure that you get all of the stories trending either locally or internationally. Speaking of that, Global View comes up by 9:45, so stay with us. You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.